Hello, welcome back to database training sessions. So far, we have done about some 16 different sessions with SQL Server. So in our last session, we were discussing about triggers. So in SQL Server, we have DML triggers, that is after and instead of triggers. Similarly, we have DDL triggers and logon triggers. Okay, so let us continue with the DML triggers. The other day we created a database called Retailer DB. So in Retailer DB we created a table called category, for which we have written two different triggers. We have written here two triggers. One is what? Insert category, then update category. See, the columns in TBL category table are cat ID, cat name, cat level, super cat ID. Okay, so cat ID is going to be a unique ID for, the given category. Category name is human readable. Cat level shows that in the hierarchy at what level the category is. When it is top level category or root category, the cat level is going to be 0. So if it's subcategory, it will have a value of its super category cat level plus 1. Like that we maintain category level. So super cat ID is going to be, suppose you have subcategory. So under what category this category is coming, that we maintain with that. So therefore, here this table we created. But while entering data, there is a possibility we may enter explicitly the cat level. When we enter explicitly any category level, it should not take that value. It should calculate category level based on the super category ID and it should be updating it. So for that, we have written this trigger. There are two triggers for this. One is what? Insert category, other one is update category. While inserting, whatever value you want to enter into category level, we can enter. If it's not having any super category ID, if it is root level category, then in such cases, category level must be 0. But when you try to insert, if you enter a value something like 1 or 2 or 100, it should not be taking. So for that purpose, with the help of triggers, we validated it. We have two triggers here, insert category, other one is update category. Like this we have written here two triggers. This was with the category table. And when you look at category table, the relationship between the cat ID and super cat ID is something like primary key and foreign key relationship. Okay, so this was basically a category table we created. This is called as here a self-linking table. Now let me create here one more table called as product table. Product table will have here a relationship with category table because every product must be belonging to one of the categories. Okay, and apart from that, as I told you, we need to maintain product history. So in the product history, we maintain information related to the price. So when you look at product, prices may change. From time to time, the prices are going to be changing. We need to have a history of price changes. So therefore, using history table, you can maintain the price changes. In the product table, current price we always show. But in the history table, what were the previous prices for the given product, from what time to what time they were in actually use. So we can find out from the history table. So therefore, we need to create now two different tables. One is product table, other one is product history table, and they should be linked with each other. Now let me create here a new table called as product table. And once I create product table, I can be writing a trigger on product table, both for updation and for insertion. We write it. Now let me open here the console table. Okay, so here, first of all, I open the query analyzer window. Once I open that window, here we get a drop down. Using that, we can select the required database. The query analyzer window is opened. Instead of using master, you just type here use retailer DB. So this database we open here, execute. Once this is opened, you can create now a new table called as product table. As we know, using the GUI, you can create tables or you can create from the, using this window, using this query editor window or query analyzer window, you can actually type the commands. Now here write create table followed by TBL. Prefix always I use TBL for tables. Okay, so for triggers I use TRG. Table TBL, this is product. Okay, here first thing is product ID I should have. Come to next line, then put here product ID. So even naming conventions we should use. So naming convention is going to be something like this. If it contains multiple words, and in very first, every word's first letter must be in the proper case, uppercase, like that. Every word must be in the proper case. That way we should write product ID, this INT we put. Okay, so even products must be starting with some 1000. Therefore, we write here identity, and this is going to be starting with 1000, and every time we increment by 1. This I want to make as a primary key, but here I don't make it. Later on I can be making it. This is what product ID 1000, 1. Next one is product name. I want to make it as product name. Then this is varchar of 100. This must be again unique. No two products should have same name. That way we write unique, that is. Then product price. So this is going to be product price. We try to write this as float. Okay, this is going to be float. Then fine. And here one other thing what I write is, this is going to be price here. Then after that I would like to here use cat ID. Cat ID, then here it is int. Cat ID is going to be int, make like this. Then here I try to write the constraints. What constraint we require? One is primary key constraint, other one is going to be foreign key constraint. We require two constraints. Fine, I write like this. Constraint we write here, first of all, pk, it's nothing but primary key underscore product ID, then primary key this is, followed by product ID. So product ID this is, then here constraint pk underscore product ID, primary key, product ID we kept here. The next one is going to be cat ID. Constraint fk, write this cat ID foreign key. Then here what we write? We write this as cat ID. Okay, it should be referring some other table. What is the table? Category table. References TBL category. What column in that? It's going to be cat ID. Remember that whenever we refer some other table, the name need not be same cat ID. Here I can have category ID, there it can be cat ID, but type of data must be same. So here what I typed, I made it as cat ID. So let me change it to category ID. Names need not be same. Here you have cat ID, but here in this I can have a category ID. So therefore the category ID I put here. Here required thing is both types must be having same type of data. Both must be integer. Here cat ID and here also it is integer. Here cat ID is integer and here category ID is also going to be integer. Like this we refer it. So this way we have created we are going to create table. It's called as TBL product. We have columns like product ID, product name, product price and category ID. The constraint is what here? PK underscore product ID, primary key, product ID. I am declaring the primary key at the table level, not at column level. Here see, I am declaring table at the, primary key at the table level, but not at column level. Column level means here itself I can write. So table level, you can declare constraint at table level whenever you want to give your own name. I'm giving my own name here, PK underscore product ID is going to be the constraint name. So with this I have total control over it. One more thing is what, whenever your primary key is containing more than one column in the primary key definition, in such case also you can use the primary key declaration, constraint declaration, primary key constraint declaration at the table level. So I have this at table level. Okay, there are two constraints. One is primary key, other one is going to foreign key, and apart from that we have one more constraint called as unique as far as product name is concerned. So like this we create here the required table. Just execute this. Now what happens with this? A table has been created. A table has been created. To find out the structure of the table, either you can refresh here the retailer DB database, then you get the table here, table TBL product. You can see the columns in this: product ID, product name, product price, category ID. Like this we have columns. Okay, like this we have created here the product table. This is fine, but here the possibility is what? I may change from time to time product price. If I change price from time to time, where that should be getting saved? I want to track the history of the product prices. In this table, only one value I can have, that can be current value. What is the current price? I can store in the product table. But I want to have its history. In the past, how many times the product price has been changed? I would like to know. So for that purpose, definitely we need one more table called as product history table. There should be a link between the product table and product history table. Therefore, let us try to now create here another table. Create table. Now here TBL product history. Make like this. I am going to maintain history of the product history in this. First thing is here product history ID. Here it is integer type of data and it's going to be identity. I can specify like this 1, 1. I can start from 1 because it's insignificant. Product history ID is not going to be significant. It's of not much use, but every row should be identifying unique in the unique fashion from the given in the table. So that's why I'm adding it as primary key. Otherwise we don't have significance. This is only history table. We don't do much except looking at price. We don't do any other thing. So therefore here product history ID int identity 1, 1 we have written. Okay, so this way we have written 1, 1. Then here what I do, primary key also you can make it. So at the column level itself I am declaring primary key. Fine. Next one here I would like to go with the product ID, which is going to be here primary key. So here write product ID. This is exactly a primary key. Int, this is also int. Product ID int Then write here product price. Here this is flow data. Then write here date, price change date. Yes. Date added. I can put this date time. This is going to be here. Default value takes, write this one as get date. It can give you current date. It's going to take current date and time and it's going to insert in that. Okay, so this is going to be here default. It's going to be taking get date. So with get date, it takes actually current date and time. Fine. After that, what I do is here I should write a constraint. Product ID must be getting connected to product table. So you have a link between product table and the product history table based on the product ID. In the product table, product ID is the primary key, and here it is going to be a foreign key. Like that, now we should link. Here write constraint, write it fk, then underscore. We put this as here product history, like this you put. Then here write foreign key. Okay, next one, I need to maintain here the name of the column. It is product price, not product price, sorry, it is product ID. I should put that product ID. It should be referring references. What column must be referred here? It should be referring the TBL product in that product ID. So this way we can make. We are going to make in that manner here. So this is what exactly TBL product history we make this way. Check for the syntax, after that execute. So what happened here? Total we had 3 tables. We had here total 3 tables: category table, product history table. Fine. So the history table should be containing data related to product. As soon as we add a new product, it should be entered into product history table. Similarly, whenever we update the product table, even that also must be entered into product history table. So that way we need to write here triggers. A DML trigger on the product table we should write. It's going to be DML trigger. It's going to be here, after insert, then similarly after update. In both the cases we should enter here. So automatically it should be entered into history table whenever we insert a new row into product table or whenever we modify existing row. So like that, here the trigger should be getting fired whenever we add a new product or whenever we edit a new product. Let us create the trigger. Here write create trigger, followed by here name of the trigger TRG. We write like this TRG. The name is what here? Product insertion. Trigger name is going to be here product insertion. On table name is here TBL product. Fine. It is going to be on the TBL product. After insert. Once we insert data into product table, this has to be firing for us. Create trigger TRG product insertion on TBL product. After insert we write. So next step is what here? We need to write the code here. as, then begin, end. First of all, make a block like begin, end. Now let us try to write code. So we require here some variables. Local variables are required. One for product ID, other one for product price. These are required. So therefore, from the inserted table, we need to take it. We know that there is a table called temporary table called inserted is available within the trigger if it is after insert trigger. Similarly, we have a table called as deleted if we delete a row. In the case of updation, we have two tables available. One is inserted, other one is deleted. Because updation is nothing but deletion, then insertion. So therefore here we need to use inserted table. Now first of all, declare variables. Declare at product ID. Here it is integer type of data. Then write declare at product price. Here it is flow type of data. Like this we take. Okay, these we are taking, and we need to retrieve the product ID, product price from the product table. So product table now, current row is going to be the inserted table, which is nothing but temporary table. We have one row which is inserted. So let us get from the inserted table. Here write select, use like this, at product ID equal to, write product ID, then put comma like this, and next one here is at product price. We have declared there, see, product price. Then here write as product price equal to product price. So what is the table we need to use now? From inserted. This is the table we need to use here. So we declared here two variables, a product ID, product price. For them, to those variables we are fetching data from the inserted table. Product ID equal to, at product ID equal to product ID, at product price equal to product price from inserted. In the inserted table, we have two columns, product price, product ID. Those values we are fetching into the local variables called as product ID and product price. So these values we should insert into the other table. Is what table exactly? That is product, history table. Here write therefore insert into, what is the table? TBL. The table is here product history. We put like this. This is going to be product history. Therefore here now write this way. Insert into TBL product history. We need to put the column names here. What columns exactly they are? They are going to be, first one, a product ID, then product price. Product ID, then product price. Put like this. Then followed by here write values. What values we need to put here? At product ID. The next thing is here at product price. Like this, we try to here create a trigger. On the TBL product, we are making the trigger. On the product table, we are writing this trigger. It's product insertion. It's nothing but a trigger. This is containing two variables, product ID, product price. We are retrieving data from the inserted table into these columns or into these variables here. Product ID variable, product price variable from the columns product ID and product price. Then those values we are inserting into product history. This is the trigger we are using whenever we add a new row to the existing product table. New row, or I can say when we add a new product to that. So just now execute this. Check for the syntax, then execute. So this is executed successfully. It's not only adding new product, most of the time existing product gets updated. So therefore, we need to add one more trigger for updation also. So therefore, here write create trigger trg product updation. Put like this on TBL product. Then write here after update. Then here write as, put begin and end. Same code block can work here. Same code block is going to be working because even in the update also we have inserted table available. Make like this. Then after that we can now execute it. Select and execute. Just check for the syntax, then execute. So what happens with this? Here, this is getting executed now. So two triggers are available on the given product table. One is what? Product insertion. Other one is here product updation. Now here see, suppose since type of data is float, it can accept negative values also. If somebody is trying to enter negative values, it should not accept. There is no meaning for negative. In fact, the minimum price must be something like, it should be something like actually, say, minimum 10. I am assuming that the price of the product minimum should be 10. So that way I should write. If it is less than 10, it should not accept it. Therefore here I use actually a instead of trigger, with the help of that I can achieve it. So it is going to be something working like actually like some kind of validation. Instead of using check constraint, here I can use instead of trigger. So with the help of instead of trigger, I can actually I don't allow entering of values less than say 10. It should be a minimum of 10 or greater than 10. So that way I would like to make a trigger here getting fired. Okay, I want to here write a trigger that should be getting raised. In that way, I want to write a trigger here. So I try to write here instead of here I want to go with the instead of trigger with insertion. Even with updation, I would like to write here both with both with actually insertion as well as with updation also. I would like to write this one. Okay, let me write here. Let me write code for that. Create trigger. Right here. Create trigger trg underscore. This is what after. Instead of product insertion. Okay, instead of product insertion on TBL product. This is going to be on TBL product. I would like to write here. Then here write instead of insert. Instead of insert, we put here, then followed by as we write, then write begin and end, right like this. We can add in this way here, begin and end we put here. So here what I do, I would like to declare the price. So what are the, if you look at the product table, what are required? See, we require here a product name, product price and category ID. These are required. So therefore, first of all, declare those variables here. Declare at product ID. It is integer. Okay. Then similarly, declare at product name. It is varchar of 100. Put like this. Then declare product price at product price. Here this is float data. Like this we take. Okay, so here we try to use some transactions in this. Like begin transaction, end transaction, we can do here. Also on the top, what we do, set no count on. Like this we put here. So here we go with the transactions. We put like begin trans. Begin tran or transaction we need to write totally. Begin tran we need to write or begin transaction. Totally we should write there. Begin transaction. Followed by here we write this way. We need to compare here. But before that, we should retrieve data. We have to retrieve data from the table. So here, before we go with the transaction, come to this point and try to retrieve data. Right, select at product ID equal to, right here, p dot product ID. Like this, we can use aliases, comma, at product name. Here it is p dot product name. One more is here, at product price equal to, here we write this as p dot product price. Okay, then here we write from TBL product P. This way we can write it. It's nothing but alias. TBL product. Further, what is alias exactly? P is an alias. We have taken that way. Now after that we are going with the begin transaction. Then here write end. So end we have written already. Begin transaction we write here. Okay, here write if condition. So in this if condition we set this way: if at the rate product price less than 10, in such cases we go with the begin. Then here write end. So here we should write now required code. We should write here in this. So we write here we use here a function called as raise error. We can raise the errors. So here what happens, if it's less than 10, it should be raising some sort of error. Here write raise error, put like this here, then followed by cannot, here write product price cannot be less than, 10. Like this we put it. Then this is going to be 16 comma 1 also we put here in this. Then followed by here we put other one is one more thing, what we put rollback also we type here. Followed by here we have end. Just delete this here. We write here else try to insert data into table. Here write insert into table is TVL product. Okay, insert into TVL product. Then here write what are the columns we need to use in this product ID, comma, then product name. The other one is here product price, not product ID we don't enter, sorry, this is product name. Product ID is not required here. Product ID is required. Fine. Here what we do, product ID. Okay, this need not be product ID here. We can go with the, instead of going with the product ID here, this should be category ID. We take this as category ID here. So here it should be category ID is equal to p dot category ID. Let us put that way. It's going to be category ID. Like this we take, insert it to TVL product. Here product name, then product price, then comma, here it is category ID. We take it, then go with the values, enter the values here. It's going to be the category ID we take, sorry, product name we take first. It's going to be product name, then at product price, then other one at product at category ID. So like this we take and we do it. So this way, if it is the product price less than 10, we just roll back, we don't do anything. Otherwise we insert. This is with the instead of insert. So first of all, what happens, if it's not meeting this condition, it's going to be just rolling back, the command is going to be cancelled. Otherwise it inserts. Okay, then here we should have commit. So here also, else also put begin, then here have end, then here you put a commit. We have here commit. Using commit, this can be committed. That means we are going to save. So this way we have written here a trigger instead of product insertion. With the help of this, we try to insert. Check for syntax. Category ID. We have made it. Category ID is created. T. Okay. Spelling mistake. T. We need to take. Okay. So there it was. We had there. Once again, just check for the syntax. Still, is it error? It says somewhere where this is TGORY category. Okay, I think we should clear everything this time. Yes, execute it. So invalid column name, it should be like this. Again, execute it. Command successfully executed. So what happened with this? We could write here instead of insert. Instead of insert is added here. Next, come to the, let us come to here. Same trigger we require, but in a different way this time. So write here create trigger trg instead of product update updation or TBL product instead of update. Write like this. But this time we require definitely product ID. Declare at product ID. We use this as int. Okay, whenever we try to update product table, probably we update with the price. We are going to update with price. Therefore, anyhow, still we can use like this. Select here at product ID equal to, here it is p dot product ID. We use here the product ID. Now with that we should insert. Now instead of inserting here, we should write update. Let me comment this line here and try to update it. Update TBL product. Update TBL product. Set here write set product ID. This equal to here at product ID. This is not product ID again. It should be update TBL product set. Normally price must change here. No other thing should change. But still, let us try to set it. Set product name I put here. Right? This equal to put something like this here. This is going to be at product name. Next thing is write product name equal to product name we put here, product price we put. Product price equal to, here write at product price. Okay, next thing what we do, category ID we take. Category ID equal to at category ID. Here we need to use now where clause. Where what we write? Where product ID equal to at product ID. Like this we should write the code. So with this is going to be getting updated. If the price is less than 10, nothing will happen. But whenever price is greater than or equal to 10, in such cases this will be taken into consideration. So this is what update trigger. So one is what insert trigger we have written instead of insert, we have insertion we have written. Now this is what instead of update. So what happens with this? Before it's updating, it checks. If the price is less than 10, it will not accept this to happen. So like this here, this is called as instead of update trigger. So we have written here instead of update trigger, then execute. This also do. What happened now? We have written total 4 triggers on this table. Let us refresh the database. Now expand here tables, expand the product and go with the triggers. You can see total 4 triggers on this. 2 are in stop triggers and 2 are going to be here and in after triggers. After insertion, after updation, instead of insertion, instead of updation, this is happening here. Okay, now let me insert some data into database table. What happens? See. First of all, select star from here TBL category. We make category table. Then in this, what columns are available, what data is available, let us see. So this is the data available. Now under engine oil, I want to put with the castrol. I want to go with the castrol as far as here the engine oil is concerned. I would like to put under castrol, under engine oil I would like to put. So therefore let me enter data into the product table. Insert into TBL product. Insert into TBL product. What columns I should insert here? The columns are going to be here in this. Product ID will come automatically. Product name, product price and category ID. Here put. I don't put actually the columns because automatically it can take actually identity element. Then here values I take. Here try to put first of all the name of the product, castor oil. Okay, next thing is what here we need to put the price. I would like to put some 12.00. Next thing, category ID must be 101. Try to enter like this. What will happen? Let us see. One row affected message we are getting. So it should be available even in other table also. In one more table, this should be getting entered for us. So how many tables total we have here? There should be 3 different tables. In the product history table, what data is available? Let us see. But before that, we see first of all select star from TBL product. Okay, just execute it. So it says 1000, product name null, product price null, category ID also null, it is saying here. So why it is so? The problem was with the code here. Here with the code we had a problem. We are taking from the TBL product P. This is in fact wrong. It should not be from the table. It should be from inserted. Okay, so here from inserted we have taken. So therefore here what happened? We haven't chosen in the proper way. Because of that it cannot happen there. So therefore here write alter trigger. Trigger can be altered. It's not TBL product. It is going to be inserted. You have to type. It should be inserted. If it's inserted, then in such cases, definitely that can be entered. Now here, execute. Even here also it must be not product, it should be inserted. So this is also where inserted table only. Even this is going to be inserted. We have a table called as inserted. So from inserted table, we should take that one. sorry, this is not create, this should be update again. Alter, sorry, this should be alter here. I'm trying to alter this table also. Now let me execute. So what happened now when I try to enter castor oil, it is not taken. So first of all, delete from PBL product. Okay, I just delete this. Why it is not getting deleted? Because on the product history table we have data. So therefore go with that, select star from TBL product history, because it is linked with primary key foreign key relationship. Therefore here you have the data. This first of all should be deleted. We need to delete this. After that we can delete from the product table. So here write delete from PBL product history. So once we delete, we can delete data from the product table. These are quite common when you develop database. Now we have deleted everything. When you try to enter this data, now this is going to be properly inserted into the table. Now see the data in the product table. You can see now 1001 castor oil, product price 12, category ID 101. Okay. Now next thing is what we look in the product history table also. What is available? See. Here see history ID is 2, product ID is 1001, product price is 12, date added this much. Now let me update the data in the table. Okay. Now here update PBL product. I should write here set product price. I want to set something like here only 9, where product ID equal to 1001. I put like this. If I try to insert update data like this, nothing will happen there. Just execute. The batch has been aborted. The transaction ended in the trigger, so the batch has been aborted message. So if you look at the history table, what happens? Once again, see any new row, is it added or not? No new row is added, because here what happened? Product price we made as 9. So since it is 9, nothing will happen here. We rolled it back. Now let us make this to some 13. What will happen? See with this. Okay, try to make with 13. What happens? See. One row affected, that has been changed to 13 now. So go to the product table and see in that. We can go to the product table and you can see data in that. So now this has been changed to 13. If you look at the product history table, it has actually 2 rows. 2 rows are available now in this, because that has been modified. History ID is 2 and product one more is 3. Here with 2 it was price 12 and with 3 it is 13. So like this we can use here instead of triggers. Similarly we can use after triggers. We use here after as well as instead of. Okay. So in next session we'll be discussing again on this.